Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John, and thank you for watching. And if you do like this kind of content, then it's always appreciated if you would consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment or a recommendation. Now, this is a very old song, originally from 1967, by a band that you may have heard of because of their more famous track, A Whiter Shade of Pale. But this to me was also a great track of theirs, from Procol Harum, called Conquistador. And this is from a recording made in 1973. We'll come back to the origins of the song and the band shortly.
Conquistador, your stallion stands in need of company, like some angel's haloed brow. You reek of purity. I see your armor-plated breast has long since lost a sheen, and in your death-masked face there are no signs which can be seen. Though I hope something divine, I will see no maze to unwind. Conquistador, a vulture sits upon your silver shield, and in your rusty scabbard now the sand has taken seed, and though your jewel encrusted blade has not been blood stale, she has washed across your face and taken all its veil. Though I hope for something divine, I will see no maze to unwind. Though I hope for something divine, I will see no maze to unwind.
Now the lead singer here is Gary Brooker, and this was a band that, well, at least Gary Brooker anyway, started in the Paramounts. And they weren't very successful. He went off to do some songwriting. He teamed up with another lyricist, Keith Reid. And they really formed Procol Harum in kind of 1967. There's a strange story about how they got to the name Procol Harum. But this track to me, there's something about it, and it's a kind of narrated story about a conquistador. We'll come back to that with some of the other videos.
Conquistador, there is no time, I must pay my respects. Though I came to jeer at you, I leave now with regrets. And as the gloom begins to fall, I see there is no only all. And though you came with so hell high, you did not conquer, only die. Though I hope for something to find, I could see no maze to unwind. Though
great track, and that kind of giving it that Spanish flair, and you heard the kind of keyboards there, almost like that kind of very early prog rock. Now, as I said, this track was originally on their debut album, Procol Harum, and it kind of never really went anywhere until 1971. Now, I'm going to show a performance of them from 1967 where they performed this song. I'll show a clip of it anyway. It's in black and white, as you would expect from something that's 58 years old.
Conquistador, your stallion stands in need of company, and like some angel's haloed brow, you reek of purity. I see your armor-plated breast has long since lost its sheen, and in your death mask face there are no signs which can be seen. And though I hope for something to find, I could see no place to unwind. Conquistador, a vulture sits upon your silver sheet, and in your rusty scabbard now the sand has taken seed. And though your jewel encrusted blade has not been plundered still.
This is a great song. I can't remember when I first heard it, but it always kind of struck me. I guess it was this thought of the story of the conquistadors and what they did. And obviously conquistadors were kind of Spanish and Portuguese, I guess, travellers, colonisers of South, Central and the southern parts of what is now regarded as North America. They weren't, as many people think of them, as these kind of great fighting battalions who kind of, took over these parts. They were often people leaving Spain, often artisans and farmers, the kind of lower nobility, looking for new lands and a new world. And obviously, you still see the kind of influence from the language, Spain, in South America, Portuguese, in places like Brazil. Excuse me. Now, the lyrics of the track obviously are kind of a narration of this story of a conquistador. The track, I think, really came to prominence when Procol Harum were performing with the Edmonton Orchestra in Canada. And they performed this track live with them in 1971. The album was released in 1972.
Conquistador, your stallion stands in need of company, and like some angel's haloed brow, you reek of purity. I see your armor-plated breast has long since lost its sheen, and in your death mask face there are no signs which can be seen. Though I hope for something to find, I can see no place to unwind. Conquistador, a vulture sits upon your silver sheet, and in your rusty scabbard now the sand has taken seed.
really is a great track, and with that full orchestra there, you kind of get a much fuller sound to it as well. Now, Procol Harum, it's a kind of unusual story how they got their name, and apparently it was a friend of theirs who had a blue Burmese cat, and they took the name of the cat over the telephone and spelt it incorrectly. But it came out as Procol Harum. And it stuck, the band liked it. It's kind of emblematic of that kind of period you saw in the videos, the outfits they were wearing, the kind of first emphasis of the kind of, multi-layered kind of electronic pianos, keyboards. And then for them to do this with a full orchestra back in 1971 was a huge, huge step. This was one of the kind of great British bands of that late 60s period. And a band that, well, I guess like the Conquistadors, conquered many parts of the world. So if you like this kind of content, as I said, it's always appreciated if you would leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment or a recommendation. Procol Harum, Conquistador. Thank you so much for watching.